What's up, YouTube? Zero here, and today I have a blueprint review of the Psycho Snake, which is a blueprint of the Model L in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. In this video, I'll go over the attachment setup of the Psycho Snake. I'll talk about what I like and what I don't like about each attachment. I'll talk about how well these attachments play with each other. Then I'll get into where you can unlock the Psycho Snake blueprint for the Model L. Then I'll discuss the camo, what I like and what I don't like about it. That's always up for opinion. You can see the camo in the top right hand corner. Then at the end of the video, I will get into use it or lose it, so stick around for that, where I either recommend utilizing this blueprint or I say trash it. Never look back. Don't use this ever again. So before I get into it, I do want to say if you do enjoy this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more Call of Duty Black Ops 6 content. I do a bunch of other video games, so feel free to check those out as well. Without further ado, let's get into the attachment setup of the Psycho Snake for the Model L. First, you can already see on the screen, there's an optic. Is the Prismatech Reflex. And either you're going to like this optic or you're not going to like this optic. It's always a matter of opinion as to if you like an optic on a gun and what optic you're going to prefer. I like this optic. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't take too much away from the screen. It's a decent optic to have on any gun, so it's a nice one to have. I like it. A lot of the optics in this game are pretty good, very easy to see, making it easier to hit enemies, and I do enjoy optics on assault rifles even more because it allows me to more clearly see enemies at those medium to longer ranges. So I do enjoy this optic. If I'm making a build myself, it's not going to be my first optic of choice, but nonetheless, it is a good optic. Doesn't take away too much of the screen and does allow me to hit enemies a little bit easier. So I do like this optic. Next, we're going to see a magazine, and that's going to be the extended Mag 1. It's going to increase the magazine ammo capacity up to a mag size of 40 at a drawback of reload quickness, but that's to be expected. Typically, when you enhance the magazine size, you're going to be decreasing that reload quickness. So that's to be expected, not a huge negative from this attachment. And extended mag is one of those where you either like it or you don't like it. Some people may prefer the fast mag. Maybe you're the type of player who just reloads after every kill. I know when I first played Call of Duty way back when, I was one of those players. You kind of have to gear yourself. Either you train yourself to not reload right away, or you're somebody who just doesn't like extended mag and you'd prefer the fast mag. So this is another attachment that's either a love or a hate thing. I love it because I've trained myself not to reload right away, that I've gotten into the habit of kind of waiting a little bit, making sure myself is in the clear before I reload. So I wait to see if I can kill a couple of enemies before I'm reloading. Having that extended mag is always nice to get multiple kills. I play on a lot of close range maps. You can see this map is on Nuketown. I also play a lot of game modes that require a lot of closer range combat. My favorite game mode is Hardpoint, and if I'm capturing the hardpoint, I already know a lot of enemies are going to be flooding that zone, or I'm going to be flooding a zone with a lot of enemies who are in the hardpoint. So having the extended mag allowing me to kill multiple enemies without having to worry about reloading is extremely important to me. So I do love extended mag. I actually have it equipped on pretty much all of my builds. No matter what gun I have, I pretty much have the extended mag equipped. So I love this attachment on this blueprint. Last but not least, that's right, this blueprint is a rare blueprint, so it only has 3 attachments, is the quick draw grip. What the quick draw grip is going to do is it's going to enhance the aim down sight speed. No negatives on this grip. What I love is it plays into what I was just talking about. Close range maps and game mode maps where you're going to be having a lot faster paced action. Hardpoint where you want to aim down sight quickly. Maybe you're running around a lot, but aim down sight speed is actually really good in general, as long as you're not one of those players who kind of stays back and holds down lanes. If you're a player who, maybe right here where you're kind of just staying back, you know an enemy's going to come, I'm going to pre-aim down the sight. Aim down sight speed isn't going to really mean much to you. However, if you're running around a lot, perhaps you're capturing zones or you're on those closer range maps, aim down sight speed is going to be imperative because you're going to be able to aim down sight quicker. You're going to be able to get those shots off on your enemy a little bit quicker, which when you're getting off the first shot or two, it's going to be imperative to you winning that gun battle. I always love enhancing the aim down sight speed just for that, especially on game modes like Hardpoint or those closer range maps. Aim down sight speed is going to be imperative. Now let's talk about the camo briefly, and then I'll talk about where you can get this blueprint, and if I love this blueprint, hate it, or I'm indifferent. The camo itself, I'm not a huge fan of. It's Psycho Snake, and you can see in the top right hand corner, it does have the remnants of a snake. You can see the snake on the magazine, so that's okay. The snake flows throughout the gun. In some parts of this camo, you have it as a dark blue or black on a little bit of lighter background, and then parts of the snake is multicolor, but it just feels a little minimalistic. It does have that design, but it's just not standing out to me. It's not popping. It's okay, but it's not my favorite. If I'm going Psycho Snake, I want something psycho, and I want to see that snake, and I want it to be psycho. This is okay. Of course, it's a rare blueprint, so it's probably not going to pop as much, but it's not my favorite camo. It's one that I can probably toss it aside, not really care about too much. But let me know in the comment section if you like this camo. It's just not my favorite. I prefer the gold camo. I'd rather have my gold camo on the Model L rather than the Psycho Snake camo. Now that I've talked about the camo, let's talk about where you can unlock this Psycho Snake blueprint. Unfortunately, this was unlocked in Season 1 of the Battle Pass on page 10. So if you didn't unlock this in Season 1, I'm not sure you're going to be able to get it at this point. I don't know if there's going to be a future where Call of Duty decides that you can unlock blueprints from previous seasons, but this was in Season 1 of the Battle Pass on page 10. If you didn't unlock it, you may not have an opportunity to. Now that I've talked about the attachments set up, the camo, and where you can unlock this, let's talk about using it or losing it. There are only 3 attachments on this blueprint, so if you want, you can attach 2 more of your choosing. Of those 3 attachments, all of them are actually really good. The sight is decent. It's not my favorite, but it's a really good sight nonetheless. And I use extended mag and quick draw on a lot of my builds. The Model L is a good assault rifle in general, but adding these 3 attachments makes it even better. So despite losing out on 2 attachment slots, if you are just going to utilize the blueprint as is, it's still a really good attachment setup and does a lot for the gun, especially if you're playing in closer range maps or game modes in which there's going to be a lot of close range action, such as Hardpoint. I did really well with this attachment setup. I actually really enjoy it. These are attachments that I utilize all the time for the Model L. And this is a very good attachment setup, even though it's only 3. So I recommend utilizing this. It's a really good attachment setup. Add a couple of attachments that you would enjoy on this setup, and it's going to be that much better. But if you just want to use it as is, it is absolutely great to do that as well. Let me know in the comment section if you've unlocked this blueprint and what you think about it. Let's talk about if you like this camo or if you don't. Do you agree with me and it's one that you'll throw away, but you're going to keep the attachment set up? Let's talk anything Call of Duty in the comment section. Thank y'all for giving this video a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. Until next time, peace.